Is Caitlin Clark sending a message to Stephanie White, Amber Cox, Kelly Krauskopf, and the Indiana Fever? A message could be being delivered. Many people are speculating with this bold.
Welcome back to the Clark Update, your go-to source for the latest basketball news, major developments, and the biggest stories shaping women's basketball. Today, we have a developing situation involving Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, the New York Liberty, and the wider WNBA that has fans everywhere talking. There are serious questions, growing speculation, and plenty of important details that need to be examined. So stay with us until the very end as we break down what is happening and what could unfold next. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the Clark Update, switch on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is the Clark Update. Let's get straight into today's story. Officially, the situation is being described as a disaster. The WNBA as a whole has been pushed into what could become one of the biggest crises in women's basketball history, while the Indiana Fever organization is reportedly facing intense concern tonight. At this point, the rumors are no longer quiet conversations happening behind closed doors. They have reached major headlines and are spreading rapidly. According to reports, Caitlin Clark could be preparing to leave the Indiana Fever. In the latest reports, Chris DeMarco and the New York Liberty have reportedly stepped in with a massive, eye-catching multi-million-dollar proposal aimed at keeping the generational talent away from what they reportedly view as a toxic and dysfunctional situation in Indiana. The WNBA commissioner is reportedly furious as shocking details continue to emerge from this developing situation. Few people expected events to reach this point, but the situation becomes easier to understand when considering the reported deterioration between Caitlin Clark and her coaching staff. She has reportedly felt failed by the system, frustrated by management, and now the consequences may finally be unfolding. The Indiana Fever could be facing the possibility of losing the greatest player in franchise history. If you think this is simply another ordinary trade rumor, you may be missing the much bigger conflict reportedly unfolding behind the scenes. Tonight, we're breaking down the New York Liberty's reported multi-million-dollar pursuit, the alleged reasons behind Indiana's front office turmoil, and how this one shocking decision could potentially reshape the league for years to come.
SpaghettiOs, Caitlin Clark introducing the Statue of Liberty edition, the New York Liberty edition. I already know you damn near besties with Sabrina. We think you cool with Lexi. No, you go way back with Sabrina. Caitlin Clark could be sending a message to the Indiana Fever. Hey, I might not sign that epic. Y'all pushing everybody else for MVP. Stephanie White is having tantrums every time I shoot the ball. She's falling over herself on the sidelines. I don't have to deal with this. I can go elsewhere. And I think Caitlin Clark should seriously consider going elsewhere.
However, to understand why Caitlin Clark could be ready to pack her bags and make a move to the New York Liberty, you have to look at the continuing frustration and alleged betrayal she has faced from her own coaching staff. For months, fans have watched in disbelief as the coaching team appeared to stand by while troubling situations unfolded. The dangerous contact was there for everyone to see. The questionable fouls were impossible to ignore. Yet while Clark's coach remained seated on the bench, there were growing complaints that she failed to publicly defend her, challenge the league, or stand behind the franchise player as opponents repeatedly appeared to target Clark during games. But the controversy reportedly went even further. The coaching staff's alleged use of questionable injury reports to manage her minutes, including sitting a healthy superstar under the explanation of medical management, may have become the breaking point. What may have been intended as a calculated way to control her workload instead created an enormous backlash. According to reports, Clark's camp has reached its limit with what it considers repeated dishonesty. The situation at the Indiana Fever facility has reportedly reached a level of disrespect that could be extremely difficult to repair.
Has to do better, and we have to invest in those areas. The technology can get better. We can treat the referees a little bit better, pay them like they're full-time employees. I think things like that, and I think a lot has obviously come after that. And as I've stood up here and said before, like the harassment, the hate, none of that is okay. That goes for the opposing team we play. That goes for my teammates. That goes for my coaches. There should never be a question of character. Like I've always stood up here and said that, and that's truly what I believe. That's how I was raised. So, none of that is okay, and I don't want anybody to ever experience that. I think it can be really frustrating to me at times, and I think it's difficult. I think a lot of people sometimes think I'm a robot. I'm not a robot. I have emotions, I have feelings, and it can be really difficult to go through a lot of that. And I'm 24 years old trying to navigate a lot, and I think at times I've been in this world for 4 years now, and you would never change any of it. But there are times that it is hard, and there are times that, it probably affects me a little bit more than I do put on. And, I would never change any of that for the world. But I think it's important that people do remember that part of it too. So
you cannot expect a generational superstar to remain loyal to a franchise when she is constantly treated like a problem instead of an asset. Rather than discouraging Caitlin Clark and limiting her potential, the coaching staff may have damaged the very future they were supposed to protect. That is exactly where the New York Liberty and Chris DeMarco could see an opportunity in the middle of all this chaos. From New York's perspective, there may be a major opening. The Liberty are reportedly watching closely as a superstar who has been poorly managed appears to be facing increasing frustration with her own organization. According to people familiar with the situation, New York could be preparing an enormous trade proposal and financial package that would potentially redefine the current market. When Chris DeMarco made pointed and surprising comments about Caitlin Clark, the basketball world immediately paid attention. His message suggested that the New York Liberty could provide the elite coaching, protection, and massive market exposure that the Indiana Fever have allegedly failed to deliver. The drama surrounding the situation is enormous, but from a business standpoint, the strategy is easy to understand. According to insiders, other major names, including Sophie Cunningham, could also become part of the wider conversation after seeing the turmoil surrounding Indiana and recognizing that a major shift in power may be approaching. The New York Liberty would not simply be pursuing another player. They could be positioning themselves to influence the future direction of the entire WNBA. And in this situation, the Indiana Fever's alleged coaching problems may become New York's biggest advantage.
Get to this. Shout out to ESP Ben, because he broke down the fact that Caitlin is still being targeted and she's still not getting any calls from the referees at all. It's really, really bad what's going on. And it's almost like Kathy's not, she's dropped the ball. We know she's dropped the ball. She's getting nothing done when it comes to this. Take a look at this here. Let me refresh this so we can get it going. Okay.
To her throat for the third straight game. She was out of rhythm because they hit her and fouled her this entire game. I got proof of everything. Watch this dirty crap. Caitlin Clark was getting hit, held. Shoot, she was getting tackled like a football player.
Yo, that's crazy right there.
The WNBA commissioner is reportedly furious and deeply shocked by the scale of the alleged behind-the-scenes manipulation. A situation where a franchise superstar is considering forcing her way out because of internal deception and poor coaching is practically a nightmare for the league office. According to reports, the commissioner is demanding immediate answers from the Indiana Fever front office and questioning how a coaching staff could allow the sport's most recognizable player to become so alienated within her own organization. The Indiana Fever's leadership is now facing enormous pressure from every direction. They are caught between a superstar who may have already emotionally distanced herself from the franchise, an increasingly frustrated fan base calling for immediate changes, and an angry league office demanding explanations. The coach's future in Indiana now appears to be hanging by a thread. The locker room is reportedly fractured, the organization's identity has taken a major hit, and the trust surrounding the team has been seriously damaged. In trying to control Caitlin Clark through unusual restrictions and carefully managed media narratives, the organization may have ultimately created a situation that could damage their own careers and the franchise they were supposed to build.
But the New York Liberty could be in Caitlin Clark's future as she is promoting the New York Liberty Statue of Liberty ones, CC1s.
The fallout from this situation could be enormous, and the clock is now officially ticking. If the Indiana Fever cannot repair this relationship in the next few days, a multi-million-dollar move to the New York Liberty could reportedly become increasingly difficult to prevent. Caitlin Clark's era in Indiana appears to be falling apart amid accusations of ego, dishonesty, and ineffective leadership. The biggest question now is whether the Fever's front office will make one final desperate attempt to overhaul the coaching staff completely, potentially removing every member of the current coaching team in hopes of convincing Clark to remain with the franchise.
The Indiana Fever, they're not honest about any injuries ever. So, we can't necessarily look for transparency through them at all. It'd be a complete waste of time to look for transparency through the Indiana Fever's organization when it comes down to the injury of Aaliyah Boston. So,
or has the situation already gone too far to stop the New York Liberty from potentially taking control of the league? With the drama reaching its highest point, the sports world could be heading toward a moment that changes everything. As this remarkable story continues developing, one fact is becoming harder to overlook. Professional basketball may be entering a completely different era, one filled with excitement, uncertainty, and endless discussion. Almost every day brings another headline, fresh report, new rumor, or heated debate that grabs the attention of basketball fans around the world. Whether you have supported the Indiana Fever for years, followed the New York Liberty closely, backed Caitlin Clark, or simply enjoy watching the sport, it is impossible to deny that interest in these developments has reached an extraordinary level. Conversations across social media, television programs, podcasts, and fan communities demonstrate just how closely people are following the future of the league and the athletes who could shape its direction. What makes this entire situation even more intriguing is that there is no universal agreement about what should happen next. Some supporters believe patience, consistency, and stability are essential when trying to build a championship contender. Others argue that sometimes only major changes and aggressive decisions can put a franchise on the path toward long-term success. Regardless of which viewpoint you support, there is one point that is difficult to dispute. The WNBA has experienced tremendous growth, and the attention surrounding its biggest stars continues expanding. The energy from the fans, the commitment of the players, and the growing spotlight surrounding the league have created an environment where major developments quickly become national talking points. These conversations matter because sports have never been limited to scores, victories, and defeats. They represent competition, ambition, teamwork, leadership, perseverance, and the pursuit of excellence. Supporters develop strong connections with athletes and franchises because they recognize the determination, resilience, sacrifice, and effort behind every performance. That emotional bond is what gives every game greater meaning and makes major storylines so compelling. Whenever important developments involve highly recognizable athletes, fans naturally become emotionally invested because they care about what happens to the players and teams they have chosen to support. At the same time, it is important to recognize that rumors, reports, and speculation are now a major part of the modern sports conversation. Until something is officially confirmed, there will always be unanswered questions, competing opinions, and different interpretations of the information being reported. That element of uncertainty is also what keeps sports conversations alive and gives fans even more reason to follow every new development. Fans enjoy breaking down different possibilities, making predictions, and exchanging their opinions with others who share the same passion for basketball. Every discussion brings a new perspective to the overall story, while every viewpoint adds more excitement to the question of what could happen next. Now, we want to hear what you think. In your opinion, what is the most important ingredient for building a successful team in today's basketball landscape? Do you think a strong organizational culture makes the biggest difference? Could great coaching be the foundation of sustained success? Or do you believe superstar talent has the greatest influence over the future of a franchise? There are countless ways to look at these questions, and that variety is exactly what makes the conversation so engaging. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and tell us which side of the debate you are on. We go through your comments every day, and some of the most interesting conversations on this channel come from viewers who bring their own knowledge, opinions, and unique perspectives. If you enjoyed this video and value the work that goes into delivering the latest basketball news, discussions, analysis, and updates, show your support by hitting the like button. It may only take a moment, but that simple action can help our content reach even more basketball fans. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and switch on all notifications so you never miss another upload or important basketball update. We are always bringing you the biggest stories, the hottest debates, and the most exciting developments happening across the basketball world, and we want you to be part of this growing community. Be sure to share this video with your friends, family, and fellow basketball supporters as well. The more fans who join the conversation, the more entertaining, meaningful, and engaging these discussions become. Sports are always more enjoyable when supporters come together to exchange opinions, celebrate unforgettable moments, and debate what could happen next for their favorite teams and players. Your involvement helps build a community where basketball fans from every background can come together through their shared passion for the game. Looking ahead, one thing is certain: the future of basketball is packed with possibilities. New stars will rise, fresh rivalries will emerge, and exciting storylines will continue capturing the attention of fans everywhere. The journey is nowhere near finished, and some of the most memorable chapters could still be ahead of us. That is why keeping up with the latest news, staying involved, and remaining connected to the basketball conversation is more important than ever. Thank you for staying with us and watching this video all the way through. Your support, comments, likes, and enthusiasm are what keep this channel moving forward, and we genuinely appreciate every viewer who takes the time to watch our content, share an opinion, and become part of the discussion. Continue sharing your thoughts, supporting the sport, and enjoying everything this incredible game has to offer. We have plenty more exciting videos, breaking updates, analysis, and discussions coming your way very soon, so make sure you stay tuned and remain connected. Until next time, take care, keep your love for basketball strong, and remember that the next major storyline could be waiting just around the corner. We'll see you in the next video.